on a double backflip. So when you go on YouTube and you search up how to do a double backflip, I mean, they are correct, but on the other side, like, they're saying the same stuff every single time. Like, trust me, when I was looking how to do it, bro, I had to find out myself, because like these tutorials, you do have to send it, you do have to have height, but they don't get the basics of like everything to it. So like, you know, I don't know if you know this, but when you're up in the air and a double backflip, you don't start. It doesn't feel like one flip and then the other flip. It feels like you're doing a layout, right? And then well, it kind of feels like a layout. But then it just goes so fast. It feels like one flip, right? And that's how it feels for one. So you don't go at it. You don't go at it just doing one backflip and tucking to see if you can make another one. That's not how you do it. That's how I tried to do it, and it didn't work out. I had to, wake up from that. Anyway, but no, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to have enough power to like jump up, right? And this is doing a standing one on the trampoline. It's scary because you're using all the power that you have in your legs, right? And you want to jump up like this. You want to lift your hips up as high, and then you want to, the basics in a back flip. You want to go high, then you want to tuck. But this, you want to keep that as long as you go in the air, and then, but you don't want to just tuck, right? You don't want to just tuck. Like, it does go with you, but you want to do it at a certain time to the point where your rotation carries you over. And because when you do it really badly, your rotation catches a hook, and it can't really go all the way through. It can, you will, but it'll be sketchy and scary, and you might neck it, right? So, or you might just land on your face. So you got to find the right point in the air to like tuck. And then you want to, for your first time, you're probably not going to have any awareness. So you're probably going to be like tucking, but it's not going to be tight. But yeah, so you want to go up with your hips, explode up with your hips, and then you want to tuck tight. But for your first time, you're not going to. And that's how you're supposed to do a double backflip on the trampoline. All these other tutorials. What's up, guys? But these other tutorials are trash. Like, you do have to send it, and you do have to do all these extra things, but the tips of how to do them is I'm teaching you right now. And it's for the double backflip, just so you know. And it's simple. It might be scary your first time, but like, trust me, for every double flip you do, it's going to be scary. You do have to send it, but you got to know the basics on how you're supposed to send them and how you're supposed to do them. So, you explode up with, it doesn't matter if you're standing on a trampoline, because I could do it standing and it's easy, right? And my rotation is not that good at all. And for the double backflip, you just want to jump up. It's kind of like a layout. Once you go over your head, once, then you tuck again, and it's gonna feel like one flip. All right, it's gonna feel like one flip, but it's going to go so fast. But it's gonna be scary your first time, right? But it's gonna be going so fast. You're gonna make it, but you won't make it if you tuck at the wrong time. This is what nobody tells you. I had to learn this by myself. I had to do all this stuff by myself to find out, right? And oh my gosh. And you saw my stuff, bro. It was terrible. But yeah. See my trampoline right now? It's trashed up. Like, there's nothing, it's trashed up. There's springs all over the place on this thing, and I could still do a double backflip. But it's because of the way I tuck, though. The way I tuck at the right time. So yeah. And one for a single backflip, you want to go up, and then you want to be tucking It's similar. It's the same thing, but you want to tuck right when you go over your head. Some people, they're not really upside down, but they still tuck over. It's because they got enough rotation to make it through, and it's because trampoline. I'm gonna be honest with you, trampoline stuff cheats, and it makes all these other people that can do flips on super trampolines, their tech is so. I mean, it's for super trampoline. I mean, it's good, but for a normal trampoline, you don't, or just for on ground, you don't want to just throw your whole body down, right? Because then you're gonna go downward. You're not gonna like it, and it's gonna end bad. But yeah. So you want to be going upward. Now, the only reason why these people are flipping themselves downward to do whatever they're doing, right, is only for like power and rotation, and they get that from the trampoline. But the tech, you do not want to do that on a trampoline like mine. I don't really have a good trampoline. I have a couple friends that do. I've been on one, and it cheats you a lot. Trampolines cheat. Trampolines cheat a lot. So that's why it's honestly better to learn on ground, round offs and all that kind of stuff. Backflips, like I mean, if you can do a standing backflip and over rotate it on the trampoline, then you could probably do it on ground, right? And or just on this little thing right here, onto that stuff, the padding over there, or whatever it's called, then you can probably do it on ground. But you want to go upwards, and you don't want to flick your head back. You want to use your hips to grab your momentum around and to go up. So yeah. you know, um, so you don't know. Honestly, bro, I've been at this for a while, bro. So I've also watched a lot of videos to make myself educated on this kind of stuff, and I have to learn. I'm telling you from when I learned on my own, right, by myself doing this. And again, with the double backflip, like you don't want to. It's not like a thing where you do. It's nothing like a first backflip in the air. It's nothing like that because you got to use power for the one, and then you kind of already laid out, right? But then once you go over your head another time, like that's when you're actually tucked for the other one, for the other flip. But yeah, so let me show you example, I guess. Here, I don't know if you can see this, but yeah, here, there you go. I'm gonna show you an example. My bad. I guess that's the best you can get right there. This tree won't freaking move. There you go. Nope. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna bring you up here. Anyway, but so this is what you want to do. And this goes to on ground too. But like also when you trying your first backflip, don't let go. That's the first and last mistake people do. For a backflip is they let go. And don't do that. Unless you got crazy mobility like some of these other dudes do. But so for a backflip, what you want to do is so you go upright and then you get into a tuck motion and you feel it. You kind of feel yourself moving backwards a little bit, and then that's when your legs start lifting up, and then you rotate all the way around. So it'd be like this, right? But you don't want to do what these other people do. So again, don't do a layout for your first backflip. The layout will teach you all the wrong methods. So don't do a layout. Do a tucked version first, because the layout is more, it's not really complex. It's a different way of doing a backflip. So what you want to do is go up like that, right? But for a double backflip, you don't go straight up and tuck for your first one. You don't actually tuck at all for the first one. You kind of just let yourself shoot up there, and as you're shooting up there, you're rotating backwards, and then you tuck for the last one. It feels crazy. It feels crazy. Yeah, for on ground two, I'm teaching you how to do it on ground too, so you can, your tech will be better. I had to learn the hard way, so yeah, it wasn't fun. Anyway, but yeah, again on ground, you want your hips going upwards, so not like this. You want your hips moving upward, and do not look back at all. So you back your head, if you look that way, it's connected to your spine. It's connected all the way down, right, to your hips. And what that's going to do is, if you look back, it's going to move all of that, what is connected to, back with it. So it's going to be scary for your first time. It's going to be weird for your first time, but you want to be looking forward. This is how people gain it too, but this is how you're supposed to learn how to backflip, right? You're supposed to be looking forward, and then you use your hips, kind of hump the air, I guess, if you will. And you want your arms to go over like this and tuck. I honestly don't, I mean, I have time, but it's really hard to get a rotation out of it for a double backflip on the trampoline. But honestly, with the trampoline, I just try to tuck at the right time. It's honestly better if you tuck early than later for a double backflip on the trampoline, because all that power you create, and I'm not saying to like put your knees up once you start going high. I'm saying like once you start rotating backwards is when you want to start snapping that tuck really tight. That'll help you, and you might even over rotate it. I don't know, but yeah. But on mine, since most of my springs are gone, like I have to tuck like that, and it usually ends with me, hands and feet, or just me landing it, because the power I get is trash because of my trampoline. But hopefully I can get a new one. But I'm not that, I don't got that money. But yeah, so I hope you guys got that. Sorry if you didn't. But yeah, and this stuff is also not, so you can use this technique to do it off of edges like this, but what you don't want to go straight up with your hips. You want to kind of like lean backwards and then do it. Because if you just straight up uh, do it like I said, you're probably gonna land on it, or you're probably gonna get hurt. Because what I'm teaching you, what I'm trying to say is, uh, it'll make you stay in one place, and it'll help your rotation go faster too. So that's what I'm trying to help you with. This is the technique that'll help you with this. But you do not want to do that on jumping off of stuff like this. What you want to do is you kind of want to lean back. You want to thrust your hips up still, but you don't want to. I think you get what I'm saying. But then yeah, you can rotate faster and hopefully not over rotate that, because that would hurt. Unless you're doing it in a pool, then I mean, I feel like that would still would hurt anyway. But yeah, I think I got all the tips for you. So I hope I'll see you again. And yeah, bye.